What's up, guys? Alfredo here, joined by Scott Lowe. Hey, Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
What do we have here today?
We're back for another commentary.
Yes,
this
we
one
are.
for the new Twitch app.
Yes, we are currently in the beta, so some things might be a little wobbly. But for most part, this is a good sense of what you'll be getting March 11th.
With the drop of Titanfall.
Yes, sir. So right off the bat, we can see that a couple things have changed. You now have the ability to see who you're following on Twitch and to see what they're playing.
And to be clear, this is independent of your Xbox friends list.
Yes.
This is specific to people you're following on Twitch, although if you want to see what your friends are up to, that will be done through the Friends app on Xbox. So if you want to see if they've been streaming, you can find that there. You can also browse by channels, which was there before, which is another way to search for stuff or find other content.
Exactly. One of the things that they're going to add onto the actual Xbox One Twitch app is they're going to be chat, following, and notifications for that as well. So that's going to be coming to the app specifically.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to hit broadcast. And
yeah,
so there's a couple ways to get into this specific menu. You can either say Xbox Start Broadcast, or you can go through the Twitch app on the Xbox One like we just did right now. And right here, we get a nice broadcast preview. We have our broadcast title. For the sake of just time, we'll have it PVZ. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And then, as you can see, it automatically picked up the game that we're broadcasting, which is Killer Instinct. Let's go ahead and jump into our settings.
Yeah, so there's a lot you can do here. You can adjust where your picture-in-picture is coming from the Kinect. As you can see in the little preview, it might be a little hard to tell in your web viewer, but we are moving the picture-in-picture around. So
and there's not much delay to it at all. It essentially, you click and it automatically just moves it.
And for anyone who's owner of the PlayStation 4, like this is kind of a bit of a competitive edge in that you can move the picture-in-picture around and you have some fine-tuning there.
Exactly.
You can also disable Kinect entirely if you're not really into having that. You're
nope, just want to broadcast
exactly
your game. You can also view just the camera itself to see what we look like. Hey.
Visual fidelity is obviously really good on the Kinect, and it's a wide angle, so you can actually capture.
Yeah, very wide, very clear. Also, we have the microphone enabled. We are currently doing it through the Xbox One default chat headset that comes with it. You can also go ahead and talk through the Kinect if you have multiple people that are on your little stream with you. Right here we have the microphone volume 90%. You can go higher or lower with it. Of course, broadcast title, your account name right there. And then there's my channel name as well. And then we have broadcast quality here. Now, I will say this. I was testing it out earlier. When I was first testing it out, I only had the options for low, medium, and high. Then I went into the Get New recommendation, and it actually gave me one higher than even the highest recommended setting. So I would definitely suggest going in and getting a new recommendation. Maybe you have a super fast internet connection.
Yeah. So that it doesn't. They don't really specify resolution, but obviously that pertains to stuff like compression and kind of artifacting and making sure that it's as clear and vivid and detailed as possible.
Exactly. So we're gonna go ahead and start the broadcast. Now, as you can see right below, you can see it says broadcasting, no viewers. That is a live updater. You'll be able to see how many people are following your broadcast.
Right now, we're not very popular.
What's happening? No, we're not very popular. But also take note that along with what we have snapped, does not show up on your broadcast.
Right.
So that is a beautiful thing. So let's go ahead. We have the ability to stop broadcast. We see us in our broadcast, and we don't have any viewers, but down below you see where it says
double tap.
Double tap. Right there is where our comments would be.
Right.
So we can actually play the game and simultaneously interact with people who are viewing your broadcast. Now we'll dive into the settings here. Now these are things you can essentially just change real time. So we can, while we're broadcasting, just go ahead and flip picture-in-picture wherever we want. You can change all these things. Not broadcast quality. But it looks like once you set it, that's pretty much where it's set at until you restart your broadcast. But this is what we're looking at right here.
Yeah, there's a lot of real-time control, which is really cool.
So right there, you saw how I went home. And if you see on my Twitch snap right here, your Xbox on the broadcast end will automatically go to standby mode. Now, this is something I'm assuming they will go ahead and fix in future updates. But as of right now, whenever you jump out of your game, you will go into standby mode.
Yeah.
Now, I was testing this out earlier, Scott, and on the other end, you get about 7 seconds of delay. One thing I will note too as well, let's see, I guess Spino's a new starter character.
You also have to factor in connection quality too, right? Like
Exactly.
and where you're viewing from. I mean, 7 seconds of lag is a little bit long, but I mean, compared to people in other parts of the country. Or with slower connections, it might be a little bit longer. If you have a faster connection or closer proximity, it might be a little faster. So
exactly. And do note that when you go live, all your Xbox friends and followers will be notified when you go live as well.
Yeah.
So they can go ahead and just tune in. And anyone who are Turbo subscribers get the ad-free experience here as well. And then people who are seeing your broadcast through like your friends list or they're just following you can send you party invites and join your game. I will note that you cannot simultaneously use your DVR.
Yeah, that's kind of
DVR.
Yeah. I mean, but the important distinction here between at least at present, at launch rather, the Xbox One version of Twitch, the implementation there will allow you to archive your stuff. So even though you can't do game DVR while Twitch is running, you can archive on the Twitch end, so you can replay old streams in their entirety. But the lack of DVR thing is also something that's kind of present on the PS4 though. So I mean that's not really a big feature distraction or a detraction from the Twitch implementation on Xbox One.
Also, one thing to note that Twitch can ban specific consoles. So if you're doing anything that's not appropriate.
So I can't take my clothes off on Twitch. All right.
I don't know. They might let you pass on that one, Scott. We'll see.
I'm just so handsome. How could they refuse?
Also, another thing that you guys should note as well is that even though the people who are watching your broadcast can hear you, they cannot hear the people who are in game or in party chat.
Which is great.
Good and bad. I'm sure a lot of people like that in the future, especially if you're doing like competitive stuff, more like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's something that will eventually.
Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to it. Like, yeah, if you wanted to do a group stream where you wanted everyone in your party to talk, that'd be one thing. But I think it's, at least to start, it's a good way to like filter out, the riffraff and like all the smack talking.
Exactly.
We're gonna keep it PG.
One more thing to note, Scott, is that the game volume in terms of how your broadcasters listen to, or your viewers listen
like
to.
Like how loud it is?
Yes, it changes with each game. So the thing is, I was playing Peggle, and people couldn't really hear what I was essentially... people could hear what I was saying flawlessly,
right?
But people couldn't really hear the game too well.
Okay.
But when I switched over to Plants vs. Zombies...
It was louder.
It was very, very loud.
Okay.
So you're going to have to adjust the game volume when you're actually playing the game. Kind of ask your viewers or view yourself on your laptop next to you what your stream looks like. Also, one thing to take a look at here is that we did go ahead and switch games. So it ended our broadcast, but it wasn't too much of a hassle to start a different broadcast. We're in broadcast preview right now, so we'll back out of this and see if we can actually start a new one.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, the chat room, as you can see, is down there now, and then we can start another broadcast. So it'll take you out, it'll end your stream, but then you can go ahead and just jump back right into it.
Which is a little bit of a bummer. I mean, it'd be great to be able to switch games, but I mean, again, first iteration could potentially come later on down the line.
Honestly, this looks really great. There's a lot of things that you want, and they're giving it to us.
Yeah, there's no discernible frame rate drop, at least not on our end. So like on the local performance, you're not seeing a lot of lag, or in the picture-in-picture that we're seeing on our end, like it's a little, like it's not as smooth as I think the Kinect typically is, but in terms of the fidelity of the image, it looks pretty good. And you're playing my favorite shooter of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, real quick, Scott, we're going to go ahead and show you guys what the audio for... hold on. Actually, before we even do that, let me go ahead
try not to die first.
Well, I mean... All right, so I already adjusted the master volume for this and the music volume. The master volume was at 100%.
Right.
The music volume was about 75%. I lowered it down already. And right now, we're going to actually show you guys what it sounds like on the other end, viewing the broadcast through the web. Cool. Hey guys, Alfredo here, and this is what audio chat sounds like when viewing an Xbox One live stream over Twitch. Now, this is what the game audio sounds like. Do note that I did change down the master and music volume. You will have to adjust that for every game. And that's about it.
So
all right, Scott, we're back.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good quality considering. But yeah, so far, like again, like this implementation is pretty awesome. I think the expanded chat capacity here, like once that's actually populated, you could get like several lines of chat, and the video quality is pretty impressive. So yeah, overall it looks pretty cool. But again, this is just kind of a pre-release look at it. There is a chance that the quality might be improved once the thing launches on March 11th, along with Titanfall. Some features may be added. You never know. It's always crazy.
Exactly.
But but if people wanted to find the latest of that, where would they go?
They would go right here to IGN, Scott.
Correct.